How easy are easy runs, or how easy should easy runs be? Now, it's a really quick and simple answer. If you're already into running, if you're taking your running seriously, if you've been tested in a lab, if you've done a lactate threshold test, it's very easy for me to say zones. But what is zone 1? What is zone 2? What is zone 3? What is zone 4 and 5? It really matters as to what your test results are and to how fit you are at the moment. So I'm not going to talk about zones, I'm not going to talk about lactate threshold, I'm not going to talk about any of that jargon. I'm just going to tell you how easy an easy run is and the purpose of an easy run and why it's so important to get these right in your training. Now, the typical week, if you're training for 5K, 100K, a marathon, whatever it is you're training, a typical week will probably look like, the structure of it will probably look like a midweek interval session where you'll build your speed, and you'll see your heart rate go up, and then a weekend long run where you'll be focused on building your endurance, your stamina, and you'll see that your endurance will build, and gradually over time, the speed work, the overall volume and the endurance run will make you run a little bit faster whilst you're doing your endurance run, and you're moving towards your target, whether that's the fastest 5K you can run, the fastest marathon run, the fastest ultra marathon run, the fastest mountain ultra marathon, whatever it is you're training for. The structure and the consistency over many weeks will help you get to where you want to be. But how does an easy run fall into that? The majority of the running that you're doing, like 70-80%, is easy running. And the purpose of an easy run is to make your body recover as optimally as possible. So when you've just done a hard workout on a Wednesday or a hard long run on a Sunday, your body's broken down. The muscles have micro tears, and all that needs rebuilding through nutrition, through different recovery techniques like ice baths, maybe sauna, different things that you may or may not have access to. But the main thing is sleep, nutrition, and easy running. And the reason easy running is so important for that is because you're doing it at a very, very low intensity. You've got blood pumping around your body, and that is taking toxins away and repairing those muscles much faster than if you just sat around doing nothing, or you sat at work thinking your body is recovering. That's the purpose of an easy run, to make sure that you're recovering as quickly and as full as possible and getting you ready for that next key session. And those 2 key sessions per week are the sessions that are going to make you improve the most super compensation, which essentially is a fancy word for stressing the body, and then the improvement that comes from that, so your body gets ready for that stress and more next time you give it. Super compensation, so that you're going to improve and you're going to get towards the goal, whatever that goal may be, in weeks and months to come. So an easy run, how fast should it be? The typical mistake that I see, whether you're an elite runner or whether you're just getting started, is those easy runs are done too quick, too much effort, heart rate is too high, so that when you come to do those key sessions, you're fatigued, you're tired, you're too tired to put everything into those sessions, and therefore you don't get the most benefit from those 2 key sessions a week, Wednesday and Sunday, or whenever you do those key sessions, but your interval session and your long run. So you got to slow the easy run down. So how slow should it be, and how much effort should it be? Now that's all relative to you, what your goal is, what your faster sessions are, what you can run for 5K, what you can run for 10K, what you can run for a marathon, how far along you are in your training journey. But to describe it to you, kind of overall, and the best developments in my running has been when I've slowed my easy running down to a point where I can not only, usually people will say that you should be able to talk, you should be able to get full sentences out. I would go a step further than that and say that you should be able to have a full conversation. You should be able to get full paragraphs out and be able to talk and just have a chat along the way. And so for me, I always, again, we're so fixed to round numbers that when I was training for sub 220 marathon, and that's like 319, 320 per kilometer. My easy runs were 420, so a minute slower, 430, 440 per kilometer, and I thought that was fine. I thought that was 25% less, 25% slower, and therefore I was okay. But still, my heart rate was too high. So once I brought that down to 5 minutes 30 sometimes, and even 6 minutes, to get myself really, really easy so I can have full conversations, then what I started to notice is those easy runs naturally got faster because I was building my engine. And that's essentially what an easy run is. You're building the total surface area of your mitochondria within your lungs, so that you're building a bigger engine and a more efficient engine, so that when you switch the engine in to beast mode on a Wednesday or a Sunday, your long run and your interval session, you've got a bigger engine there to play for, which is going to perform much better at higher levels and for longer and further distances. It's that simple. So easy run, the purpose of an easy run is to recover as fast and full as you possibly can, so you're ready for those key sessions midweek and then weekend long run. Slow it down. There are even times when I've been training for, there's one of my favorite races I do in the summer. It's coming up to it in August, 50k uphill. There's even times when I start my specific training to that, where I'm running at 5, 6, 7% gradient, where my first initial easy runs, they've got to be a walk because my heart rate is it's even too high. I can't hold a full conversation or speak in full paragraphs because my heart rate is too high, even when I'm trying to go as slow as I possibly can, which is like 7 or 8 minutes kilometers, well above 10 minutes per mile. So don't feel, and I guess we're all trapped into this social media, what you put on Strava, what you put on Garmin, and we all want to show our friends that we can run easy runs very quickly after a hard session, and we can run them quick, and we kind of tough enough and we're robust enough to do that. There's no gold medal for a fast easy run or the fastest recovery. It's all about recovering full, and I will go. Biggest reward that I've had is just after a key session, just going for a walk the next day. If I feel that, if my body feels that beat up, if I've gone too far in the hard session, if my body feels too beat up, I will go for a walk the next day. So key session yesterday, I'm about to go for a walk, and if I feel like it, I might do something like 10 times 2 minutes outside, super slow, where my heart rate is really low. I've just woken up, so that's on a fast. It's on a fasted overnight sleep. Had my coffee, hydrated. Hydration is key for recovery. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to get back and I'm going to get my smoothie into me. So yeah, easy runs. Slow them down. Build your engine as big as you possibly can, so have the surface volume of your lungs as developed as possible, and make sure that engine's efficient, so that when you switch it on and go into beast mode on that Wednesday or that midweek interval session, that weekend long run, you're firing on all cylinders.